I honestly think because then when Giselle said, I thought you were talking about me because I was dating a congressman. I think Ashley was actually covering for Giselle, to be quite honest with you. I don't think she was dating a politician. Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
We are talking about Real Housewives of Potomac Reunion Part 2. We start off where we left off with Ashley talking to Wendy about her having only one social security number. And Wendy said, well, I do too. And then they're going back and forth. And Wendy said, and what document does it say I have others? And Ashley's going 6, 7. And Wendy's like, never said that. I'm like, you guys, you got to be kidding me with this.
It's
back
so
and
funny
forth.
because and the article didn't say that. It said 67 credit cards. It said nothing about
Yes.
social security numbers. But
Right.
Ashley's not the smartest. So
Right.
you take that with a grain of salt.
Right. And then Andy says, I assume you're not accepting Ashley's apology. And Wendy's like, well, it's not that I'm not accepting it. It's that I feel like she's full of shit. Like she didn't really mean it.
She is full of shit, and that wasn't an apology.
Right. Right. So at this point, then the two of them are just yelling back and forth at each other, which, again, I cannot stand when this happens because you can't hear what they're saying. It's just like it's out of control. And I feel like, honestly, Andy should be able to control that. And if he can't, then don't air it. Don't air that part of it. There's
So
got to be
don't
something in
you
that 10
feel-
hours.
Yeah, I feel like this whole episode was a filler episode and we didn't need it. Because quite honestly,
agree.
I feel like that's all it was. Whether it was Wendy and Ashley, Angel and whomever, Kay and Jassy, they're all just yelling at each other. And then basically Andy's like, okay, well, we're not going to get this resolved.
move
so
on.
Let's move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
I know. I felt
like
the
the
same
whole
way.
episode was like that. Yeah.
I did too. And honestly, a bunch of the stuff that was brought up in the episodes, I totally even forgot about. It was such a non-issue.
Exactly.
Like, I'll get to them when we get to them, but I'm like, I forgot about that. And why are we even talking about it? Like, who cares?
Right. And Jassy should not have even, I mean, okay, bring her out, but they shouldn't have aired any of her part. She made no sense.
No.
She was clearly just trying to have moments every time she started something on the show. She's a non-factor. We're done. I liked her last season as a friend of, but she was doing too much she was trying to do too much. Nothing landed.
Right. Right. So Ashley's response about, the messiness is she's saying that the group now reacts differently than in the years past when it was Giselle and Karen and her, and things would roll off their backs. Like they wouldn't just take it so seriously. And they do show a bunch of clips where Karen and Ashley would go at each other, and Giselle and Karen, like they all have gone at each other hard. She's absolutely right. It wouldn't land the same way it does with these women. It really wouldn't. But they had a relationship. Like they knew each other. What I'm saying? It wasn't like, with Angel, this is her first season and you're coming at her like this. Like you already knew Karen. Like you started with Karen and Giselle. You didn't do this on your first season. I mean, Karen, they did come hard for Ashley her first season, but
They sure did.
I don't know. It was uncalled for.
The thing is that, and maybe there's something to what they're saying. And first of all, I don't understand why Ashley's getting all the slack for being messy. Giselle is just as bad. Why is she not being called out on it? I've seen plenty on social media with people calling Giselle a mean girl and saying how horrible she was this season. Why is he not questioning her? I don't understand it. But maybe there is something to what they're saying to Angel, like you need thicker skin because Wendy got the heat from them. She withstood it. Monique got the heat from them. She withstood it. Maybe Angel does Stacy, I mean, my God, like
She's like Teflon.
She really is, like for sure. So maybe Angel does. Even Kiarna's kind of holding her own with them, with the whole Greg thing. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. So then Andy moves on to Ashley finally getting a divorce, and a viewer asked Ashley if she actually got 20 million from Michael Darby, and I'm glad she did not say. Like, she does not need to be giving that information out.
Smart move.
I will say I was very surprised when they asked where her and Josh were, and she said, "Yeah, I still see him." I'm like, "You have got to be kidding me. You've
That
got to be
whole
kidding me."
breakup was fake AF. It
Mhm.
was fake AF. Because I'm sorry, but she probably did get 20 million. I hope she did get 20 million. She doesn't need to be a sugar baby anymore.
What she wants
She
to be.
doesn't I mean, maybe well, I do think that she's just naturally attracted to older men, but obviously probably because of the lack of a father in her life, but she doesn't need that anymore. That breakup with Josh was phony. Phony, phony, baloney.
Yeah, it was. And like what Stacey says, like, you humiliated him on camera.
She absolutely did. I mean, I guess he just chose to go along with it, but she basically told him he doesn't have enough money for her. That's
Mhm.
so emasculating.
So then the next thing he brings up is the fans felt that it was inappropriate for your smooch with Charrisse's son, Jackson. And Ashley said, "Well, when I told Charisse, she was fine with it." Actually, after I watched it and after she went on to say that Charisse had called her daughter in law, I'm actually believing Ashley now. And because I thought for sure, like, Charisse didn't just react because it was on camera and when she was surprised, but then I watched it again and she didn't seem that upset, and if she's calling
No.
her daughter-in-law.
Yeah, I still stand by I think it's
Yeah,
icky. There's a huge ick factor, and again, any of my friends out there, if you ever look at my son like that, we're
right,
done.
right.
But it was very interesting to hear that Charisse would call her daughter-in-law and kind of push that romance. So,
It is
again,
weird.
listen, Charisse wants to be on that show. She wants back on that show. She's gonna play nice with whoever she has to. So, maybe she was obviously playing nice with Ashley and Giselle to maybe get her spot back, and then maybe she saw this as an opportunity to go another route, like, "Well, maybe if I turn it around and trash Ashley on a podcast, maybe I'll get my spot back because then there'll be beef between us."
Yeah, I mean, it's
She
definitely
probably
possible.
doesn't care.
Probably doesn't. Not based on, her actions. It doesn't seem like she
Mhm.
does.
Right.
And then Angel jumps in, which I thought that this, like, why didn't you give her a heads up before, you made that your storyline to Charisse? Well, first of all, Angel, seriously? This is where you're gonna jump in? I
I
mean,
think she
come
just
on.
wanted it to be put out there that this was a storyline for Ashley.
Yeah. We knew that. Thanks, Angel.
Yep. Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Right, maybe you be on solid ground before you start sticking your neck out there.
Yeah. Settle down.
Then Andy, he pivots to, it was really sweet seeing, your sister Jessica and, "How is she doing?" She's like, "She's doing really well in school." And he said, "And your stepdad?" She's like, "Oh, no. I don't like," and she's never referred to him as her stepdad,
No.
ever.
I mean, I don't
Never.
even know if her mom is married to this
I
guy.
don't think she's always
I
said
don't
my
think
mom's
they are, but
partner.
yes, partner. That's always been the word she used. Yeah.
Yep, partner. And, he said, "Well, he did rehab," and she said, "Yeah," and he's like, "Well, did it take?" She's like, "It's not my business," and it's not her business. It absolutely is
I
not.
think she got some flack for putting this out there on the show. But listen, I respect the fact that she said it's not my story to tell on the reunion. I'm
Right.
glad that she shared something about her life though, her real life on the show. And I hope the guy gets the help he needs, obviously. But I thought she handled this part very well.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, this was the first year we've met Jessica, right?
Yeah. No.
I didn't even know she had a younger sister. So
I think we only saw her brother, who I think is also from both of her parents. Like, I think they're full siblings, she and her brother. And then this younger sister, obviously, is her mom and this other gentleman's. I mean, she looks just
right,
like her mom.
exactly like her mom.
The
She really
sister
does.
looks just like her mom.
Yes, she does. And then Andy asked about, how Sheila's health is, her mom, and she's like, "Well, it could be better," which that's not too good.
Yeah. But if her partner has been struggling with substance abuse, that ages
Definitely.
you and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Andy brought up about how Ashley felt with Giselle stunting her flirting with Mo. And, she said, well, actually, everyone jumped in at that point.
Yeah. There was a lot
Tia
going
jumped
on.
in. Everyone jumped in at that point. But basically, Ashley's like, listen, my girl Stacy here, she was in there doing this for me because she knows I'm single, and she was there for it. So, and I said that to you. I felt like her and Stacy really bonded at that moment, and I think that they did, even though Stacy does come at her a little while later.
Yeah, but why was Giselle like Stacey was doing that for her? Like,
Because
was
that's
she
just Giselle
trying to
being
make it
messy.
seem like
Yeah,
Stacey was, like, interested in
yeah,
Mo?
yeah, she was.
I didn't get that vibe at all.
I didn't either.
I
It
mean,
was
I'm
just her
sure
being
she thinks
messy.
he's good looking. He is good looking, but I didn't get the vibe that Stacey was trying to do something there for herself.
I didn't
Like, I
either.
feel like
I
she
did
was
not either.
total wingman for Ashley.
I did too. Um, then Andy said to Ashley, "I heard you were dating a politician." And Stacy said, "Well, that's not possible." And she's like, "Well, I'm a beautiful woman." She's like, "Because of your track record,
With
kissing
pay.
Charrisse's son." And she's like, "I am an upstanding woman with a capital U." I was like, "A capital U? Really? Like, that's what I mean, what?"
Yeah, nah, yeah, that was corny. That was real
I think
corny.
I honestly think because then when Giselle said, "I thought you were talking about me because I was dating a congressman," I think Ashley was actually covering for Giselle, to be quite honest with you. I don't think she was dating a politician.
I think you're right because Andy's like, "When we stopped filming," and she was like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, when you stopped filming." Bullshit, Giselle. You have a whole real life going on that you are not showing on this show. You are so uninteresting on this show because all you do is come at the younger, prettier, richer women. Show us I mean, all right, if your congressman boyfriend doesn't wanna be on camera, I understand that, but
I
give us something. You're giving us
Yeah,
nothing.
right,
Except
right.
bitterness.
I really think I really think that when Andy said that, Ashley knew that it was Giselle, and she figured, "Okay, I'll just if they think it's me, I'll just take the heat for it."
Yep,
You know what
I
I
think
mean?
you're right. I think you're absolutely
Because
right.
I was like, No. What are the
What,
chances that
both
they're
of
both"
them are dating politicians?
Right,
Right.
right.
I mean, listen, they are in Potomac or the outskirts thereof. They are
Yeah.
close to Washington, DC. I'm sure there are plenty of politicians to take your pick at, whether they're married or not. So, could you imagine dating a politician?
No, no, I can't. I really can't.
Ugh,
I can't.
either side. Ugh.
No, no, no. Who wants that in bed? No.
Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Nope. Nope.
No, thank you. No,
No.
thank you. So then a viewer from Jacksonville, Florida asked Ashley what's in the next chapter of her life post divorce. And she's actually pulls out her children's book that she's writing that she has the cover for. It's called The Wonder Club. And it's about her two sons. And she shows us a cover and about the adventures that these characters go on. Okay. I mean, good for her. Good for her.
So they asked what the young girl's name is in the picture, and she says Anita. Isn't that her mom's name?
No, her mom's name is Sheila.
Sheila. Okay. Okay. But that was
Yeah.
funny because who said it for? Oh, Monique was like, I thought whatever her daughter's name is. I forget. It's a pretty name. I
And then
just forget
Wendy
what
said,
it
I
is.
thought Cam.
Cam.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Then he goes on to Kay, this season we got to know more about you, your person, and your man. Kay said, well, the ring is coming. And then she goes to do this whole, pull out from behind her back thing
Ugh,
just to see the picture frame we already saw.
it's too much.
It's just so bad. It's just so bad.
Yeah.
Then again, this was like a viewer asked Wendy why she didn't just concede to Kay and show up for her as a friend. I totally even forgot that those two were going at each other in the very beginning. I totally forgot about that.
Because it was so stupid. It
Right.
was so ridiculous. Like, You didn't wave to me while you were up on stage. And then the whole thing with the pictures, like there's a picture of Wendy hugging her, and then she's like, but this is the room. Like, what are you
Right.
trying to prove? Like that
Right.
I
She didn't hug
it
you?
was so yeah, like it was so like it was confusing, but just as confusing, it was uninteresting.
Exactly. And, like,
It was
we talk
boring.
yeah, like, we didn't need to have this whole conversation. We don't even care. Nobody
Nobody
cares.
cares. Nobody cares.
Oh, and then Kay said someone asked to Kay if you can clearly explain your issue with Stacy. Like, and she's like, "Well, because why was she acting like I was so aggressive towards her?" And I'm like, "What?" I don't even know what they were talking about at that point.
Yeah, because this was at what, Giselle's was this Giselle's party where her co-host didn't show up? Right? Aren't we going all the way back here when Cookie came in?
Is
Jacked
that
up
what we're talking
Cookie?
about?
I
I
think
don't even
so, because
remember.
that's when Kay said, "I would never let you around my husband," and Stacy said, "You don't have one."
Have one.
Listen, I'm
Okay.
just gonna
That's yeah.
say it, Kay was a little aggressive in that moment. She was a little aggressive.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I could be aggressive too. It is what it is. You have to acknowledge when you're behaving that way, and you behaved that way in that moment. Nobody else was getting all riled up like that.
And then Andy says, this is the other thing. Andy says to Stacy, "Well, what about you ordering cheese in front of her when she's lactose intolerant?" I was like, "Are you kidding me?
I'm
Are you kidding
sorry,
me?"
but if the girl wants to eat burrata, let the girl eat burrata. I mean, Kay can order her own damn appetizer. That was
I love it.
ridiculous. She's like, "Yes, she was trying to kill me." I don't think cheese I mean, you know what? I shouldn't say it because if
It could. It's possible.
you
Who
might have an
knows?
anaphylactic dairy allergy, so I'm not gonna say it. But I think for Kay, it's probably more of a lactose intolerance problem like I have.
Like a GI issue.
Yes, it's a GI issue.
Yeah. I don't even know why, again, like you said in the very
Yeah,
beginning,
why are we talking about burrata?
this whole episode was a big waste of time.
Yeah, it
So
really was.
then Jassy comes out in her white and red Nigerian corset dress.
3 people carrying your dress, it's too much.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
You
Too
need
much.
3 people to help you on stage. It's too much. You're a friend of.
Yep.
You could have
And they
shown up in a
just
tracksuit. Nobody was paying attention.
it's so true. They just celebrated their 6-month anniversary from being married. And we find out that Darius is now playing for the Patriots, who just won the Super Bowl. I happened to be sitting next to Andrew at the time, and I was like, "Do you know him?" He goes, "No, I don't know him." We had to look up his first and last name, and he looked him up. He's like, "He didn't even play. He had like he had not hasn't he contributed nothing.
Right. Did they win or did the
They
Seahawks
won."
win? The Patriots won?
But yeah, no, the Patriots didn't win. No, the Seahawks
Okay.
won.
I'm like,
But it was
wait
at
a
the Super
minute.
Bowl. No, no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
you're
no,
right.
they went, but they went. They went. And they,
Yeah.
out
Yes.
of nowhere, this team came out of nowhere.
Right.
But anyway, yeah.
Yes, I'm
Um,
sorry. I just gave out bad information. Yes, you're right. It
no,
was
that's
definitely the Seahawks that won. But the fact
but
that they were even at the
they
Super Bowl.
yes, exactly. But yeah, no, he's not I mean, listen, you're playing for the NFL. You deserve all of the praise. But he didn't play.
Right.
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 Which was I think was
Was
brought
brought
up
up
during the
earlier.
season. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think yeah. So then Jassy starts going after Kay about Greg, about how she stole Greg from his wife and you're raising his children as your own.
I mean, Jazzy. I mean, didn't we
Where
go
did
through this with you? I mean,
Yeah.
your husband had a baby on you. Your words, not mine. Like
Yeah.
you were with him and he impregnated somebody else and also had another child prior to even getting with you. I don't know if it's the same mom or not, but those who live in glass houses should not throw stones.
And so when this comes out, Giselle's like, time out, time out. And Wendy's like, no, no, time in. And Andy's like, okay, moving on.
Right.
I mean,
That's
that's
what
the
I
story I
mean.
wanted to hear. That's the only
Absolutely.
story I wanted to hear.
Absolutely. We need to hear from Greg's wife. Call
Uh,
us.
yes, let us know because ex-wife, right? Or yeah. So
Or
that
maybe that's why
that
they're
was
not engaged yet. Maybe he is still married. Not
maybe.
living with her, obviously, but for,
Right.
financial, legal, whatever reasons.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's the story I wanna hear, though. That's definitely a story I wanna hear. And then he brings up Tia's first season, and we get to see clips of her throughout the season. And a viewer, brings up her husband, how we didn't really get to see her husband that much. She mentions that he's a corporate man, like, this really isn't his thing, and obviously, he was not happy with her calling him the nanny. I don't blame him.
I don't think any of our husbands would be very happy with.
No. But I liked seeing her half sister and hearing about that whole journey with her father passing. Like, that was a real story. Like, that was something real that
Yes.
she showed us. I mean, and I
Yes.
enjoyed that. I enjoyed all
Yes.
that. And that's when Giselle talked about how seeing her go to her father's house and everything that happened with her father. And she was actually on the verge of crying. And Tia's like, oh my God, I've never seen her cry. And Giselle's like, I'm not going to. And Andy's
You're
like,
not
nope,
going
she's
to,
not
yeah.
going to.
He said, "I've been waiting 10 years."
10 years. And I'm like, oh, Giselle, just cry. Just let it just cry. Be real.
Yeah,
Just be real.
she
Just be
cannot do
real.
it.
Andy asks her how things went with her father's will, and that's when we find out that the judge ruled in the wife's favor. She said it wasn't about the money. I still think it was about the money.
It was definitely about the money. But how about that picture of him with Martin Luther King Jr.? Like,
Yeah.
her father really was big time. He was big time. I did not
Mhm.
realize that. He
Yeah.
was big
No,
time.
yeah.
Do think it's about memorabilia as well, but,
I do too.
it was certainly about the money. Let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, like she had said from the very beginning, her father was about generational wealth.
Yeah,
And
and listen,
his
I
grand
say that in full support of her deserving
yeah,
what she thinks she deserves,
right. Right.
and her
Yeah. And
girls.
right. And we're not fans of Giselle, but we still think that,
No,
she was wronged in this situation.
yeah, yeah,
Even though we only
I
have her
do.
side of it, we're still taking it, which is fine.
Yeah, I think she got screwed, and I think that judge should, I don't know. Maybe she can appeal. I'm not a fan, but I do think that she deserves her part of her father's estate. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I do too. I do too. Especially considering it was changed after he had the aneurysm.
Brain surgery.
Like,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Crazy. So
Mhm.
then Tia, they want to talk about you and Jassy. You were upset with Tia for Tia saying that the restaurant owner called you beautiful. You thought that that was disrespectful to your relationship, which again, even when that happened, I thought it was stupid, but now we have to bring it up again.
It's so stupid. Not that that ever does happen to me, but if I was out with someone and we left and they were like, "Oh, that guy was checking you out," I'd be like, "Great.
No, it does
Let
happen.
me
You
let me
know where it
remember."
happens. You know where it happens. It happens every time we go to a certain place.
Yeah. Well, let me
There's a
remember what
certain
I'm wearing so I can wear it again.
there's a certain place we go, and there's a certain waiter
Oh,
that
yeah, it does
pays
happen.
extra attention.
I know. We always lock eyes.
Yep, and we all catch you.
Yeah, you do always catch me, damn it.
But it's okay. It's okay. It's not
It's
disrespectful to your marriage.
it is not disrespectful to my marriage. I mean, that is so crazy how Jassy responded. But again, she was just trying to have a moment, and Tia totally called her out on it.
Yeah, yeah. And then Stacy brings up that the relationship changed with the recording of the phone call. And it turns out that it didn't only happen to Stacy. So I think Jassy is way messier than anybody knows,
No,
us
I
as the viewer.
agree, because who said so Tia, Stacy, and Kay
Wendy
all said it happened to them. Oh, no, Wendy,
and
that's right.
Wendy.
Wendy,
No, Kay did
Stacy,
also.
and Kay, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Kay and Wendy aren't in a good place. So the fact that both of them said it, and I think somebody asked Angel too, and she said,
Yes, Angel shook her head.
yeah, that's a lot of people. 7 people are sitting there, and 4 people said you did it.
Right. So again, that's something else I would have liked to know about, but we don't know anything about that either.
Right. Totally glazed over that.
Then Monique comes out. I called it a triangle dress, but I found out it's an upside down pyramid. And the reason it's an upside down pyramid is because that's when she went to Egypt. That's when she was like saw the light, where she was able to self-reflect and become a better Monique, for lack of a better word. I can't think of how she put it. Listen, I actually there are a lot of people giving her grief about that outfit. I thought she looked fabulous. I thought her hair looked fabulous. I thought she looked like a Power Ranger of some sort, but who cares? Like, she wore it and she wore it well. Like, who cares? I think it was
It
totally
was
over
a
the top and
statement
crazy.
dress, and
It
listen,
was a
it didn't
statement.
take 3 people to walk her out on stage, so I was totally fine
Exactly.
with it. I mean, the leg
It was
thing was definitely, like, Power Ranger-ish.
I liked it. I liked it. And like I said, her hair in the
I loved her
I
hair.
liked it. I
Yeah,
liked it. I liked it. She wore it well.
yeah. She is stunning. Like,
She is
when they,
stunning.
like, show her close up, she truly is stunning,
She is. I totally agree.
and she's a Jersey girl.
Yeah, she's a beautiful woman. And honestly, I like her so much better now that she's back. I really do. It's been 5 years since she's been there, and she came with her old binder, showed it to Andy. We had the same old tabs in it, which I thought were so funny.
My god. The le w
The last lady. Not the first lady, but the last lady.
That was great.
Yep.
That was great.
She did say that she had been in court with custody issues, and just the night before, she received a cease and desist.
I think
And
that's gonna come
Jas
up again.
Yes, and Jassy threw out because of Stacy, Jassy threw that out. A viewer said to her, "You're much lighter this season." She said, "Well, the first step was to getting lighter was losing 350 pounds, and the second
And
step
his
was
mother.
looking." Yeah, exactly.
And whatever his mother weighs.
And was looking at herself, and divorce taught her that she didn't love herself, and she was allowing somebody else to deplete her. Listen, I think she is a changed person. I think she is, like, walking the walk that she's talking right now. Like, it's not just words. I saw a totally different Monique.
Yeah.
I did.
I always liked Monique, and I hated how jealous Giselle was of her, and Robin, really, and how they came at her. But I do find her very enjoyable to watch this season. She is much
Yeah.
lighter. She's just like, looking back, you could see, like, whatever Candace was doing, and, Candace has a mouth on her, but it couldn't have been that
Mhm.
bad, whatever she was saying, but Monique must have just had so much pent-up anger because of what was going on at home. That's
Right.
how it came out. Because I mean, honestly, even after they removed her from that room where that tasting was, she was fighting hard to get back in that room. She was
She
not
was.
she saw red. It's like she blacked out for a while. It took them to calm her down.
Well, listen, I like that Andy said that, you guys don't know this, but I tried to get her to come back to Ultimate Girls Trip season 2, and she said she wasn't ready. And I give her a lot of credit for that.
Yeah.
She knew that she wasn't mentally ready. And even still, she said to come back this season, she said to herself, like, I can sit here alone and not have any conflict and say I'm okay, but I won't really know. I won't really know until I go out into the world and live. And she's right.
Yeah.
She's right.
Yeah, she had to face
Th-
it.
This is actually the only part of the reunion I liked. And I'm hoping we get more at the
I
next,
hope so. I mean, whatever she's got on her phone.
yeah,
But
whatever she's going to.
listen, I think that because they show, the producer's camera of Stacey saying, "I saw people, saw people," and Chris was one of those people. It does lend itself to you believing that Chris was someone she saw romantically.
Hmm. Right.
But I agree that whatever picture that was that they showed, you could tell there's other people sitting at that table. You could tell that it wasn't just the 2 of them on that. So that's nothing.
Right.
But
I
at
mean,
this
listen, the
point,
fact that Monique says, "I don't even care." Like,
exactly.
she's a beautiful girl. I love watching you. You were funny as hell. Like, there's no animosity, there's no bitterness.
No, and
What she
she
was
even says what upset me is the possibility of you taking something back to him. She's not even
Right.
saying she did it. We don't know what happens next week. But I like the fact that Monique's just keeping an open mind that it might not be Stacey. I don't think it was Stacey. I don't think why would Stacey do that? Why would Stacey put herself in the hot seat like that? That's putting yourself in the hot seat. If she's back with her husband, what does she care if Monique is sitting there at a table talking shit about Chris Samuels? She doesn't care. The only one that would care is jacked up Cookie.
Yeah. And then who's Cookie closest to? I think Kay.
Kiarna.
Or Giselle.
Right. Yeah. I think it was Cookie.
I do too. And I think when she said that, you're not going to be able to show this, I think it's because of the cease and desist. It has nothing to do with like what the content is. I think it's because of that.
Right. Because it's probably him. He's probably on the camera. He's probably in the video.
Yeah.
And if there's a cease and desist about him, then obviously.
But they did show that other picture with him and Stacey.
Yeah.
But maybe that was a picture that's already
Monique
out in public.
Doing that. Stacey brought that up, not Monique.
Well, I don't know. I don't think Stacey brought it up. Production put it up.
Well, Stacey said the only picture I've seen. Oh, yeah, you're right. They showed the picture and she said that picture, there were 25 other people sitting at the table. But yeah, that picture was probably already online out on social media. That's probably where they got it from. They didn't get it from Monique. Why would she have a picture of Chris with another woman?
And then they kind of bring up Monique's interaction with Angel and Bobby, how, she was projecting. Monique said, I wasn't coming after your marriage. I wasn't specifically speaking about Bobby. I was talking about like the NFL in general. I can see where, no, Angel and I thought the same thing. You were specifically talking about Bobby. I mean, maybe in your mind you weren't. You were being general. But that's not how it appeared to everybody. It appeared to everyone that you were talking about Bobby.
Yeah, I think she was. I think she saw the public's opinion, and just like Charrisse, she backstepped.
Yeah. I will say, though, everyone did, by everyone, I mean Tia and Kay, said that Bobby is wonderful, and he was such a good, host, and he was doing everything. So those are the ones that were staying there with Bobby, so they're the ones that would know, right?
Yep. Yeah, I appreciated that they said that as well.
Yeah.
He does seem like a very nice guy, and it does seem like he loves his wife very much. And that is all you have to do to get under Giselle's skin and get a target on your back.
Yeah, it's true.
Because they definitely have money. He actually played in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
So they got the money. She's got a husband who loves her. She's young. She's pretty. It's the whole formula to get Giselle to dislike you. She fits the suit.
Yes, she does. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens next week. We know Karen's coming. We know we're going to get to see what it is Monique has.
It looks like Karen and Wendy go at it.
Yes, but the Karen was saying that she really liked when Wendy's mother told her to shut the F up. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, it looks like those two have like some real beef with each other. I mean, I don't know what Wendy possibly could have done. I mean, she brought Karen to the White House, for crying out loud. I feel like she was a good soldier, honestly, for a little while.
I do too. And then when Karen did her statement last reunion that she didn't show up to, she didn't even acknowledge Wendy.
Not at all. And Wendy said, that's not my friend. That's not my friend right there. So maybe that's what Karen's, bent about. But she was right. I thought Wendy was right. I thought she had every right to say what she said.
Yeah. And honestly, I feel like that probably wasn't her friend because she has now admitted that she was an alcoholic and had been an alcoholic for a very long time.
Right.
So was she in the right mind when she even made that video? You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I did see, though, in this episode, because I actually watched it twice. I watched it on Peacock, and then I watched it again today just to refresh my memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. It said Real Housewife of Atlanta is coming soon. It didn't give a date yet, though. But I was glad to see it said coming. We don't have a date yet, though, right?
And it's all the same people coming back.
Yes.
Everyone's coming back. Drew, Shamia,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
not
Yes.
Bree, but we knew that.
Yes. And not Kenya. We knew that too. I'm looking forward to Atlanta. From what I can hear from Cynthia, because she talks a little bit about it on Humble Brag, there's a lot of drama. There's a lot of drama. And she said that Drew and herself all have wig lines with Porsche. So Drew and Portia are okay now.
Okay, well,
So,
that's good. So I guess the drama's not between those 2.
right. Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. So I'm looking forward to Atlanta because I mean, after next week, the only thing we have really is Beverly Hills.
Wow, you're right. Traders is ending. Potomac is ending.
Mm-hmm.
God, we gotta get on that below deck, at least the Salt Lake City episodes.
Yeah. Yep. We sure do. Yeah, we have to get on the below deck, and I think we can also work on the author that reached out to us. Try
Yes,
and get
yes,
try and get the author on.
yes,
And
because 'cause I'm getting through that, yes.
I thought maybe we might want to, since we all really enjoy Traders, maybe we go back and start with season 1 of Traders and see how
How
it's
different.
changed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good idea, actually. That's a good
Right? I
idea.
mean, just the US ones. I don't know that I'd go check out the other ones, but go back and I mean, I've never seen season 1, and I thought,
Yeah,
maybe
just to
we
see
should all
how
do
it
it together.
changes.
Yeah.
And I really want to look into I'm hoping somebody does a podcast on it, but I really wanna look into the Erica Girardi lawsuit by the trustees. I'm just very interested in it. My boss was not in today, so I couldn't ask him about it, but I'll be in the office with him on Thursday, so I'll have to ask him about it.
Yeah, I think someone on social media asked for us to update them when we find out about that on one of
Yeah,
our
I'm
platforms. I
I'm
I don't know which
definitely,
one.
definitely going to look into what's in the lawsuit and then ask my boss what he thinks about it. Because it's just to me, if a trustee is suing a debtor's spouse, they must have cause to do so. But let's see.
Yeah.
I'm just a
Yeah, I'd like to know
billing
too.
coordinator in a law firm.
You're the one that brings in the money. Let's be
I
real.
am. If I were in the mob, I would be the earner.
That's right.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so until next time, thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe and give us 5-star reviews. Bye.
Bye.